Made the mistake of coming out on a bank holiday Monday. What an idiot. Now, I can't chat to you about this campsite without mentioning the obvious that happened. Was it last year?
June, yeah.
June, yeah. It's unbelievably busy in this place.
Nobody knows this yet, by the way. But
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Hey you lot, just before we start, this week I've tried to up my game in the hopes that the YouTube algorithm will think I'm ace. But if all that hard work gets unnoticed by the YouTube gods, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below, even if it's just a hello. I read all your comments and try to respond whenever I get the chance. Stay beautiful you lot, and I hope you enjoy the video. Right then, welcome back to another adventure in my camper van Jeff, my noble steed, currently munching miles like a hungry tortoise. Today we're heading to a newly reopened Hartington Hills campsite, a place that unfortunately had a bit of a hiccup, but it's back, better than ever. I've packed the essentials: table, chair, outdoor mat, fire pit, dry robe, beer, and absolutely no awning because I live dangerously. Stay tuned for a full Hartington Hills campsite tour coming up later in the video, and I get to chat with the owner Amy about the campsite and also the unfortunate fire that happened. I love that feeling of driving in the sunshine with my favourite music on, driving away from yesterday's problems and getting ready to spend far too much time sitting doing nothing. But of course it wouldn't be a great vlog if I was just to sit in a deck chair all day, would it? So I'll pass you over to me to let you know where I've landed and what this morning's plan is.
So we've landed, Jeff is parked, and I've already spotted the showers, so 10 points to the campsite. This is Hartington Hall campsite, formerly Upperhurst Farm, and it's looking very swish, like if a National Trust property and a festival field had a baby. I visited this place a while ago and it was great then, so I'm looking forward to seeing the changes that they've made since then. Right then, boots on, snacks packed, it's time for a there and back walk to Thor's cave. And I'll put a link to the route details in the description because I love you. Nath. And if you've never seen Thor's cave, prepare for a bit of Peak District magic. It's like Mother Nature's answer to Batman's lair.
Nice cock.
Also, the cave bears no relation to the Marvel hero. Although I'm sure if Chris Hemsworth popped out, not literally, I don't think we'd be getting too many complaints from the people watching today. So I tell you what, I can be your Chris Hemsworth from off of Temu today. And you know what, the weather's been lovely recently, and don't let the sun fool you in this video. It's pretty chilly today, it's about 10 or 11 degrees. However, now I've got moving, I'm a little bit warm, but thankfully I have layered up so I can take my coat off and get walking. I don't know, and I'll take it off and I'll put it on, and I'll take it off and I'll put it on, and I'll take it off. Behind me here is Outtakes copper mine. I've only just found out about it, so I've done zero research on it, but I did film the little plaque that's on the side there, so pause it, read it, and then you'll know more than I do. Nice. So when I was planning this route on Outdoor Active, the only available route to me to be able to plan this was the road that I'm on now. This here, it's quite a quiet road. However, just to my right is a path. Now it doesn't show up on any OS map, so I think that I should be on that path really, and then that would take me to where I want to go off the road. So if you do this route, remember that there's a path there.
Now it's time for the obligatory guitar music to make you feel nice while looking at the scenery, cut together to make it look like one seamless transition. When in reality, I have to do this walk twice. not forgetting the furry mic strapped to my chest announcing to the people who pass me that I talk to a piece of plastic and glass. In fact, here comes one of those moments now.
Looks like there's another mine shaft behind me there. Should have done more research. Note to self, Cole, do more research. And you probably noticed, I said earlier that we're going to take my jacket off. No, it's kind of one of those weird days weather-wise where when the sun comes out, it's biblical, it's super hot. But then as soon as it goes in again, you're really glad that you've got your jacket on. So I don't know what to do. So some long-suffering subscribers are probably thinking to themselves, but you've already done a video to Thor's Cave. You are absolutely correct. However, it was about 2 years ago, and when I did it, it was absolutely throwing it down and not enjoyable. Insert clip. And after I did that video, loads of you lovely folks sent me messages saying there's a way better route from that campsite to Thor's Cave. So I made a note of it and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to come back at some point in the not too distant future and redo it on a really nice route. And this is that route that you guys have suggested. So again, I'll pop it in the description below so you could do the exact same route as myself from the campsite that I'm staying at tonight. Nice. A few of you guys have asked, how do I find the campsites that I stay at? Now, not only do I look online for them on Google Maps and things like that, but also I'm passing a campsite now, and what I'll do is I'll make a note of it and go, yeah, I'll come back to that one at another time. So yeah, I've passed 2 campsites today that I've made a note of, and I'm sure at some point in the not too distant future, there will be a video on them on the channel. So yeah, it's always worthwhile subscribing. So subscribe, and then you get to see these campsites I've found today. Lovely. I've just passed a lovely cafe down there, a great stop off if you want to have a bit of coffee and cake before you head up this hill. Now, speaking of the hill, that's why I've taken my coat off, because if I left my coat on now, I'd be full sweat bags. I know I would. Right, let's do this. Nice. And coming up in the video later on, there's the all-important campsite tour, an interview with the owners, and Colin answers your questions with a twist. So look forward to seeing that. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. See you, bye. I'm getting ever closer to the cave, and you know what, I'm really not looking forward to the steps up. They're going to be brutal. So just behind me here is Thor's Cave, a natural limestone cavern which sits 350 feet above the Manifold Valley. People have been coming here for 10,000 years. It's believed that Neolithic humans used this cave as a shelter, burial site, and possibly even an ancient Airbnb. Bet the Wi-Fi were rubbish though. I smashed it up those stairs, but I'll tell you something now. It sounds like I'm going into a nightclub. There's that many people mulling around and chatting. I reckon there's about 150 people there. Made the mistake of coming out on a bank holiday Monday. What an idiot. the plan in my head was go up there, look at the views, have my sandwich, chill out with the nature and everything. No, I can still hear it. I'm probably about 500 yards away from it. I can still hear it. It's like a wedding reception without music playing. So we've got a 5-mile hike back, but that cafe is it's there in my head, and I'm thinking, do you know what? That cafe would be lovely to go visit, get some cake and a coffee. Oh, so I got all the way to the cafe and it's absolutely ramo. So I've decided I'm going to eat my sandwiches, start looking at the river, the part of the river that's actually got water in, because most of it doesn't, and enjoy the peace and quiet of all of the cars, the car park, and 1,000 people.
2 hours later.
So we're back at the campsite. Steps 22,000, legs furious, satisfaction extremely high. Let's go set the van up. Nice. Oh. And relax. Nice. So in total we're about 11 miles, but that's including YouTube miles. So if you wanted to do that, I reckon it'd be around sort of the 9.5, 10 mile mark, but totally worth doing. I set off at about 9:20 this morning. It's 2 o'clock now. And again, including YouTube miles, I don't think that's too bad for time either. Totally something you could do in the morning, and then you've got the rest of the afternoon to chill. But I think what I'm going to do now is do a bit of chilling, get the kettle on, and sit down and do nothing for about half an hour before I have to crack on again. Lovely. It's dropped a bit chilly, so I've put my coat on. I'm going to set the van up and then I'm going to go get a shower. Nice. Don't do this at home, kids. If you don't go all the way in, I'll trip over it, guaranteed. Right, time to get a shower because I feel all grubby. Those showers are amazing. You know me, I like a good shower, and that is properly spot on. Awesome, 10 out of 10. So tonight's dinner is lovingly handcrafted with the items that I found in the reduced aisle yesterday. Culinary excellence awaits. Oh, nothing screams van life gourmet like burnt food and misjudged portion sizes. Nice, yes. So it's now time for, and before I go to the bit that normally says Colin answers your questions, Jason and Leslie Nichols sent me this.
Colin answers your questions.
So the first question is from Callum Nicholson, and he's asked,
do you ever get sort of strangers coming up to you and just blurting out, Colin answers your questions? Let me know.
So the answer to that question is definitely yes. Most of the people that come up to me will just say it out loud. They'll just sing it at me, and or I'll get a message like I did earlier from Jason and Leslie with people singing it down their telephones to me, or they'll beg me to say it. It's proper nuts. I don't mind. It's ace. I don't mind saying it. So if you do ever see me, ask me to sing Colin answers your questions, or continue just coming up to me and saying Colin answers your questions out loud. I don't mind. So the next question is from Toby, and he's asked,
hi Colin, I've got a question for Colin to answer your questions. How do you get your camera to move when you're not holding it?
So the answer to that question, Toby, is I've got a camera called the Osmo Pocket 3, and what it's got built into it is a tracking system that follows me when I ask it to. So I can do this now, I've turned it on, and it will follow me wherever I go, which is brilliant. I can walk over here, I can walk over here, or I can do a tracking shot like I do when I'm walking. However, I don't use it a lot, because I think if I'm stood still or moving around a little bit, I think you guys would probably be sick with the camera moving all the time. But it's perfect for walking shots and the odd bit of footage where I'm doing things and moving around the van, because it follows me, and I think it's brilliant. So yeah, it's the Osmo Pocket 3 by DJI, and I absolutely love it. I hope that answers your question, buddy. So the next and final question hasn't been sent in by video, but it has been asked by quite a lot of you. And that is the meetup at the Dalesbridge in October fully booked? So firstly, I'd like to thank everybody who has booked onto the meet in October. I can't wait to see you all there. And sadly, it is fully booked and there are no more spaces. However, if you call the Dalesbridge, they'll put you onto a reserve list. And if somebody cancels, you might get a chance to be able to come. So it's always worthwhile just popping yourself on that reserve list. I hope that answers your question. Again, thank you so much to everybody who's booked on. I can't wait to see you in October. And I think that is the end of
Colin answers your questions.
Do you know what? I think there's going to be a biblical sunset, so I'm going to run up to the end, and if I get a nice photograph, I'll pop it up at the end of this video for you. But I think for now, what I'm going to do is clip to the interview that we had with Amy at Hartington Hills campsite. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. So we are here with Amy at Hartington Hills, the awesome campsite that we're at today. And the first question we have got for you, and I say we because it's the subscribers that have been asking these questions, is when did the site originally open?
Okay, so the site originally opened in 2011. Mum got planning permission to build the site on 11/11/11, and then we actually opened for business in the Easter of 2012.
Nice.
So she kind of smashed it out the park, got the whole thing done in like 5 months, and yeah, since then the rest is history.
Nice. So what facilities have you got on site at the moment?
Okay, so we've got gorgeous toilet and shower facilities that are underfloor heated, absolutely stunning. We've got obviously recycling bins. All the hard standing pitches around the outside are fully serviced, and we have electric tent pitches as well. We've got dog walking.
Nice.
We've even got a labyrinth mown into the field that you can walk around, which is super fun. There's ponies and hens for the children, which love them. We've got a motorhome service point as well for motorhomes. And that's about it, I think.
Nice,
Facilities.
nice. Apart from camping that you've got here, what else have you got in the way of accommodation on site?
We've got a lovely little holiday cottage that sleeps 2 with a wood-fired hot tub. That's
Lovely.
near the entrance and it's really stunning. It's just been completely rebuilt. We've got a little loft conversion that sleeps 2 as well. No hot tub with that one, but again, it's absolutely gorgeous. Brand new a couple of years ago. We've got a glamping yurt down in the bottom left-hand corner of the site. That's also got an amazing hot tub, and that's also recently been completely renovated.
Nice.
And we've got 2 little caravans that we let out, but they're like, I think they're going to be phased out in favour of shepherd's huts in the future.
Nice.
But they're a great low-cost option, and especially if you're wanting to get into like caravan and camping, it's a great way of trying it out before you buy.
Yeah,
So
good idea.
definitely check that out. But apart from that, it's mostly touring and tents.
Nice. Now, I can't chat to you about this campsite without mentioning the obvious that happened. Was it last year?
June, yeah.
June, yeah.
24.
The huge fire that happened here, obviously, unfortunately.
When we had the fire, obviously unexpectedly, we know it was an electrical fire.
Right.
So it was a complete accident. Luckily, it happened at like 8 a.m. So somebody noticed it. The fire brigade put it out. It destroyed the barn which housed our district heating system. So inside the barn we had like a biomass boiler, loads of massive water tanks that feeds the shower block and all the accommodation with heating and hot water. So obviously that went, and it destroyed the holiday cottage that we have as well. We've not been able to put the barn back in its entirety, just for time restrictions really. So we've built a room which now houses our new biomass boiler.
Nice.
We had to dig up all the original pipes all the way to the shower block, replace all of those. So there's been a huge amount of work to get us back open again. And then on top of that, because we like a challenge, we upgraded all the site Wi-Fi to Starlink, and that's all wired underground.
Nice.
We've added ducting for future proofing if we want to add anything extra. We've added some cables underground, which nobody knows this yet, by the way, but
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Caravan pitches 1, 2 and 3 have electric cables to them now for future hot tub pitches.
Ooh,
Exactly.
nice.
So like, watch this space. I don't know when, but that's there, ready to go.
So tell me a cool fact about this area we're in today.
Okay, cool fact about the area is in 1870, the Duke of Devonshire opened a creamery in Hartington, and Hartington became one of only 3 places that is allowed to produce Stilton. And in 2009, the original creamery closed, but 2 employees actually started it up again. It's not in Hartington anymore, but it's still licensed and able to produce really well-known Stiltons such as Dovedale Blue, Peatland Blue.
Nice.
I think there's one called Buxton Blue as well.
Oh, lovely.
And there's still a really beautiful cheese shop in Hartington. So Hartington is famous for cheese.
Nice.
And if you're into cheese, it's definitely the place to go.
Love, who don't like cheese?
I
Who
know,
don't like cheese? Unless you're
exactly.
intolerant or whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah, no.
yeah.
I'm sure they've got options for you, don't worry.
And finally, can you tell everybody watching right now where they can find you guys online?
Sure, so firstly you can find us at www.hartingtonhills.co.uk, or you can on Instagram, it's at Hartington Hills, Facebook's the same, at Hartington Hills, and we do have a TikTok and a YouTube, which are both at Hartington Hills as well. I try to post as much as I can on those, but obviously time sometimes gets in the way.
Amy, Hartington Hills, get some books. Bye. That sunset was absolutely biblical. I think I've got some nice shots and I'll pop one of them up next, and then straight after that we're going into your campsite tour. See you, bye.
Welcome to Hartington Hills Campsite, your slice of Peak District paradise with stunning views, top-notch facilities and just enough creature comforts to make you forget that you're sleeping in a field. First up, you'll check in at the reception block right by the entrance. The staff, super friendly, think helpful neighbour energy if your neighbour also knew the best walks and how to fix your water hookup. Right next door in the same building is a toilet and shower block, modern, spotless and get this, underfloor heating. There's also a fully accessible toilet and shower area for those who need it. The showers, rain heads, proper water pressure and none of those annoying push buttons. Just on or off. Civilised. At the entrance to the toilet block you'll find information leaflets with ideas of what to do in the area too. Now for the essentials. The on-site shop is small but mighty. Camping gear, firewood, drinks and even alcohol for a cheeky evening tipple. And if you didn't bring a fire pit you can hire one right here, because what's camping without smoke in your eyes? The hard-standing pitches are fully serviced and a generous size and come with electric hookup and water taps. Just a heads up, you will need a hammer for the awning pegs. The ground is solid, like why did I skip arm day solid. There's a lovely grassed area for tents, a secure dog walking field and, bonus, ponies. Just chilling in the field like they're part of the welcome committee. There is an Elson point to empty your toilet guff, a general waste area, a spot to empty your fire pit ashes and a motorhome service point for all your van life needs. You've also got this undercover gem, an indoor pot wash area that's got a kettle, microwave, washing machines, fridges and freezers. It's basically the campsite version of a utility room. For the electric car drivers among us, there's even an EV charging point, so you can recharge your car while recharging your soul. There are loads of walking routes straight from the site and even more listed on their website. Whether you want a gentle meander or a full-on Peak District leg burner, you'll find something that suits. Come night time, the skies go full cinematic with minimal light pollution. It's a dream for stargazers and astrophotographers, or just anyone that likes to point at the stars and say, ooh. Mobile signal's not great if you're on Vodafone, but the site has Wi-Fi, so you won't have to hike to the top of the hill just to send a text. This site is open all year round and it's got a calm, relaxed vibe. Whether you're in a tent, caravan, campervan or motorhome, Hartington Hills is built for comfort and countryside. I paid £35 a night midweek, which is definitely topside for a campsite, but honestly, with facilities like this, it's worth every penny. If you're after bargain basement no-frills camping, this probably isn't the spot for you. But if you want great views, great showers and the kind of peace you only get in the middle of nowhere, Hartington Hills delivers. Just don't forget your hammer. Nice.
And it's looking very swish, like, no, wait a minute. And it's looking very swish, like if a national, oh, bloody hell. And it's looking properly lovely, like if a, oh. Right then, boots on, snacks packed. It's time for a there and back walk to Thor's cave. Oh, I never did the knees prepped. Lovely. And I'll put a link to the route detail. Of course it has. No, it hasn't. It's all good. Nice. I've done zero research on it, so YouTube miles, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube miles. Nice and spicy aye. So just behind me here stands Thor's cave, 350 feet above the Manifold Valley, made out of limestone, and I got it wrong. Oh, man the quiff. Right, so this way a tiny bit.
Okay.
I've had a shower, it's fine. I did go up to donkeys earlier and...
Ponies.
Ponies, sorry. Yeah.
They're not donkeys.
Can you dance? Do something maybe? You're just gonna stand there. Nope, no dancing.
Right then, let's go have a shower because I feel all grubby. Nice. Just don't say nice every time. Wait a minute, what were I going to say? Right.